We're out here on hole 11 today on the south side of the road, where really major work on this side of the road is going to wrap up at the end of the week as McDonald & Sons and Landscapes Unlimited shift all their resources to the north side of the road. You've seen our team working to sod, and we've actually got seed down on holes 14 and 15. You'll see 16 here by the end of the week. This week we wanted to talk about bunker construction. We'll spend some time on the architectural elements of the bunkers in another episode, but today talking about the construction of the bunkers. We did a lot of work on the front end to really optimize the construction of that bunker. We maybe would call it the Interlachen method now, after testing it on hole 5 last summer and now putting into play here in the field. And so Brian, why don't you talk to us about the process from shaping to where we are today, and then we maybe can jump to see a bunker a little further along.
So here we are in the early construction of the bunker. It all starts with Andrew's plan, and they bring soil into the areas where he has bunkers on the plan. That soil is shaped, and they start roughing out the features of the bunker. During that time, Andrew's giving input through sketches, communicating with that shaper. Hey, I would like to see a little knob here, something along those lines. Once they rough in the topography of the bunker, then they go ahead and they'll paint a line on the outside edge of that bunker. Those sometimes take 2-3 edits just to make sure that Andrew gets the reveal that he wants on each bunker. After it gets approved, the first step of the Billy Bunkers process is putting the drainage in. And this bunker's currently in that process where they're putting that drainage in so that all the water that comes into the sand is going to be released into the infrastructure off the course, trying to dry down that sand as quickly as possible.
Awesome. Well, let's head over to 13 and take a look at that bunker a little further down the process. So we've made our way down here to 13, where you can see a lot of work happening behind us. It's actually hard for me not to talk about some of these architectural features like the bunker on 11 or the new green here on 13, but we'll stay focused on the bunker here and the Interlachen method in full play. Brian, talk to us about what we see here in the bunker.
So what's more familiar with the McDonald & Sons and Andrew's method of draining bunkers is the inclusion of this vault. So an area in the bunker where that sand is going to be greater than the 6 inches that's going to be on our floor, that's actually going to be 8 to 10 inches. And again, it has to do with water dynamics and water being able to release into the gravel and ultimately dry out the sand above. So we put this in testing last year on hole number 5. And it did exactly that. It dried down that sand better than our existing bunkers. However, I felt like there was an opportunity to improve this, so not only are we affecting the sand right above this vault, but we included this entire center drain line where, again, we're gonna get 8 to 10 inches of sand, allowing that water to pull through, and then the water will come through from the sides, making for drier bunker sand, which is going to equate to better playability for our members. Another item that we specifically saw an opportunity for improvement was the irrigation of the bunker banks. The bunker banks are oftentimes the most difficult type of grass to continue growing, just because a lot of the steep banks are hard to irrigate, as well as oftentimes they orient to the sun. And so previous irrigation had sprinklers on the top side, but not only were they watering the grass, they're watering the bunker sand as well. So we've been testing over the last 2 years drip irrigation on these bunker faces, and it's been tremendously successful. We're putting the irrigation with emitters every 12 inches, and when we turn this on, the water is exactly where we need it, right into the root zone of these grasses. So with this improvement of the irrigation, as well as the inclusion of the vault with the Interlachen extended vault, we feel that the playability of the bunkers moving forward is going to be great.
Excellent. I think there's so much of this work on the golf course is happening below the surface. That infrastructure that's going to allow us to create the ideal agronomic conditions, deliver those championship playing conditions every day, and probably no more evident than here in our bunkers. So look forward to our next update. We'll talk about the grassing process, and then we'll start highlighting some of the incredible architectural features that are really coming to life here now that you see some of the turf on the golf course. So look forward to that over the course of the next month, and until next time.